Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to On the Rise. I say afternoon. We're doing an earlier show today, David.
It's kind of nice. Yeah.
It is nice. We got the light outside there. When we get out of here, we won't be tripping over ourselves down the stairs.
Hopefully
it's always
not.
nice, right? We're coming to you again from downtown Lake Worth, the Bamboo Room, the host of our last event, of course, a couple of months ago. But it will not be the host of this event coming up here. So just a little over a week away now, guys, from our next event. We're going to be doing it at Extreme Sports Complex down there. What do they call that whole thing? Extreme Action Park. Down there in Fort Lauderdale off Powerline Road. Hopefully you guys have already bought your tickets. If not, of course, you can download our app. We'll show you a little promo about that in a little while as well. It's RIZE FC, if you don't know. Check that out. That's the only way to buy tickets. If you can't physically make it out, of course, you can watch it directly through the app through RIZE X. We're going to have that first event, our first fight, possibly even the first two, streaming free. And then we're going to go to our pay app, which is RIZE X. So we hope you guys will be able to tune in or come out one way or the other. Just make it out and watch the event. So again, just coming close to that event. We've got this show. We'll have one next week before we do the weigh-ins and the fight itself. And we have a couple of guests with us today. We may have a couple more coming on a little later, but we've got a couple of guys backstage. We're going to bring them both in here right now. We've got them both through Zoom. First of all, we have Lucas Rosa. He's going to be joining us. He will be fighting with us next Saturday. And Lucas will be fighting at 155. Ariel is going to be coming to us and fighting at bantamweight, 135. Both these gentlemen are back here right now. We want to welcome them and bring them to the show. Lucas, how you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm starting to do my diet. I got some good training in today, so I'm good.
Okay, and Ariel, how about you? How you doing?
I'm doing very well, man. Just literally just got back from the gym probably like an hour ago, so doing good.
Okay. I'm gonna pass this over. Of course, I've got David Shore here on my left side. I know how to introduce ourselves. We kind of jump right into it, right?
I like it. It's expedient. It's nice.
We went right through it, through. We know you had you guys waiting. We didn't want you to wait too much longer. We wanted the fans to be able to see you guys out there already. So, David, if you got some questions for the guys.
Yeah, for sure. So, Lucas, how you feeling after your first win? Are you feeling pretty confident now from last time? Keep the ball rolling?
I'm feeling more confident. I've been in those competitive situations before, but there's obviously nothing like an MMA fight, and I remember looking at my brother after the win and being like, I think this is the best day of my life, probably, So, now having that confidence of being in a fight and knowing what it's like to have someone else in the cage trying to hurt you, that's it's a big relief off my shoulders now, knowing that I can go in there and execute a game plan.
For sure. Yeah. I was expecting your wrestling, but you had some pretty good striking going on with kicking and stuff like that. So, are you planning on showing more of your game plan as far as more of your game, what you've been practicing?
Yeah, for sure. I think, a lot of people did fixate on my wrestling a little bit just because, I think I've talked about that as that was kind of what I did in high school and that kind of thing. But that was just honestly the part of his game that I saw that I could exploit, once I started feeling him out. But I really think my striking and jiu-jitsu have been getting exponentially better over the past few months, especially striking. I've been putting a lot of time into that. So
and your cardio too. You didn't look too tired after the fight. You're obviously tired, but for enough wrestling that you did and striking, you look pretty fresh.
Yeah, I train with some of the best guys. I train with my brother Charles Rosa, my coach Charles McCarthy. I train with LJ, who you guys have fighting, Ronnie, who you guys have fighting. My striking coach is Rami Hamed, and all these guys push me to the limit every day. Even the wrestling classes with Waggy, they really all push me very, very hard. And I know that I will never lose a fight because of my conditioning. That's if there's one thing I know, I know that for certain.
That's important, especially people don't understand how, wrestling takes so much energy. It doesn't look like it's a lot, but if someone's grinding on you, you're just trying to push, and it's a lot, spine for spine, pretty much,
Yeah, the thing I've found that's especially difficult about MMA is just how the transition. Realize how much energy it is to go from. It's not just wrestling, but it's to go from wrestling then back up to striking, then to change your whole mindset and then go to jiu-jitsu. and it's as much as like mental energy as much as anything else. And I think sometimes, like, you know, I'll feel that in the gym sometimes in sparring when they have me go live. I'll just be like, oh my gosh, if I feel like this in a fight, this is gonna suck. But you know, that's kind of why you do those sessions in the gym. So.
Right. And just like not only wrestling but jiu-jitsu, it's like it's a lot of knowledge that you're basically going to school, like school of martial arts, learning all these different aspects.
Yeah. It's a lot of mental energy, you know, as much as anything else. That's kind of one of the things I like. It was like my brother says, if you can confuse your opponent in any way, that's one of the best things you can do, because you know so much of it is like the mental energy that can exhaust you as much as anything else. So I think he's right about that.
Sure. I like your jacket.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Looking pretty fresh.
Yeah, Rise gave this to me like a week ago. It's sick. Yeah, I like it too.
Nice.
I didn't even realize this is like a reflective quality, so you can see it on the thing really well. It's cool.
You're something on the back too?
Yeah, it says my name on the back. It's sick.
No way.
Nice.
That's dope.
Yeah,
That's pretty sick.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so I'm happy with that. I'll probably walk out in this or something, but depending on how hot it is.
Ariel, you got one yet?
No, I haven't got mine yet.
I'm sure it's probably still in the mail.
Probably.
How you feeling? You doing all right?
Yeah, man, I'm doing good. You know, I've just been keeping up with my training. Luckily, I don't have to cut too much weight, so you know that's all been a breeze. Yeah, other than that, man, I'm just ready to get in there and put on a show.
Nice. And how long have you been training for? Quite some time?
So I've been training full MMA for about a little over a year now. But like I have like 8 years under me in Taekwondo. So, you know, I'm not really new to competing, but this will be my first MMA fight. So, you know, I'm excited to get in there and, you know, put in some work.
For sure. Yeah, it's going to be a different event. The venue is supposed to be, you know, it's a lot bigger, so it should be maybe more capacity, and especially now with our the COVID restrictions starting to die down, hopefully there'll be a good crowd for sure. Right.
Yeah. I'm hoping to see a good crowd. You know, we need to get back to normal already. All this stuff it's already like, you know, it's old, super old now.
Yeah, for sure. And you got Lucas over here. He brought half the crowd last time. Everyone was chanting his name and stuff. So I mean, if he's coming,
nice.
People showing up.
Well, I think half that too might have been my sister. She was screaming so loud, it was crazy.
Yeah, I got a few people coming, so hopefully, you know, we'll hear some of my name being chanted out there.
Glad to see you making your debut with us.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I'm glad to see you making your debut with us, Ariel, and looking forward to seeing you guys compete.
Yeah, man, appreciate you guys. I was supposed to debut with another promotion, but they need to get their shit together, and you know, you guys are legit. You guys are ready to go, so you know, no better moment than now.
For sure, yeah, we're trying to take off with our streaming platform. You know, we keep getting more and more people from different countries, and it's crazy seeing this app just start lighting up from different countries and areas. And you know, obviously we got Boston over here, and Massachusetts starting to come down, and a lot of different locations are starting to tune in. So it's neat. You know, even like Japan and just random places. So it's cool just building a following. You know.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. It's good to hear.
Yeah, Ariel, definitely have some exposure that night. There's no question about that. So you're making your debut with a lot of people watching. No stress, no pressure or anything. But so you were saying earlier on that you made your weight no problem, easy weight cut. I mean, what do you normally walk around at?
So I walk around at like 145, 150. Okay. And you know, cutting down to 135 is super for me.
Okay, simple enough.
Yeah. I'm 5'7".
Oh, okay. You're able to make that weight. That's pretty impressive.
I'm the worst at dieting. I'm over here trying to lose 10 pounds. It's impossible. You know, you got to get in the gym too. And like you said, it's hard work. You know, you got to cut weight pretty easy if you're doing enough stuff.
Right. Yeah. So, you know, I've been just watching what I eat, you know, trying not to, you know, binge out on anything like that, or, you know, stay away from the sweets. But other than that, it's been chill.
So, Ariel, you mentioned 8 years under your belt there for Taekwondo. So, I mean, is that just the style you go right into? I mean, is that what your plan is here for fight number one, or had been working on certain skills you'd like to test out?
So I definitely want to get some of my ground game in there. I've been doing a lot of wrestling, a lot of jiu-jitsu. So, and I feel like I've made, leaps and bounds of progress in my jiu-jitsu and my wrestling. So I feel really good about that. As far as my striking, like, yeah, that's my forte. I'd like to keep it on the feet, but I definitely want to get in there and show what else I can do, because I know I can strike. I've been there before, but full MMA changes up a little bit. So I'm just looking to get in there and like really showcase my skills.
Right. That's good. And Lucas, it's kind of more of the same for you. I know what I was talking to Charles about, when he came kind of between the rounds, the last fight. I think kind of that got cut out of the feed, though. We had little audio issues and so forth at that time. But, we were discussing the fact that, as you said to Dave, you were going to be working on probably with your punches. I mean, there were some hook shots that I think were just missing. Have you worked a lot on your striking, or is that one of the main focuses of your training lately?
Yeah, for me, my striking has been a huge focus. I've had that was one of the things that I think I'm a little more like flat-footed and kind of stagnant with for a while. But now I've really developed my game thanks largely to like Rami Hamed, who I think he'll be in the UFC soon. He's fighting May 14th, the day before me. And he's, I think when he gets into the UFC, going to be one of the most dynamic fighters in there. He'll explode on the scene, I'm sure. But Landon, who's Roger Carl's like protege, he's been helping me a lot. We have Gregory Choplin, who's like a Muay Thai world champ coach, and all these guys are now developing my game in like much different ways. I'm getting a lot of different kind of styles, but I'm blending them together into a game that's really my own. Like I said, one of the things is like I knew when my opponent hit me the first time, I knew I could sort of bait him into things using his striking. So I think there was like an element of, trapping him into things that maybe didn't allow me to, showcase the striking that I would have wanted to. But, since then too, I've won a kickboxing tournament. I went 3-0 at a kickboxing tournament since then against all Muay Thai guys from, I think, a Florida kickboxing academy. So I'm like ready. My striking's been improving a lot.
That's good. I know we're definitely see what you've improved on and what you can bring to the table, because again, impressive win last time out. So that's what we're bringing you back. That's what we're excited to see again.
Nice.
And of course, Ariel, excited to see everything that you've got there, your skill set. Always nice to hear that somebody's got multiple years of experience in certain aspects of it, and what else they add to them. So what else you got, David?
I'm just ready to roll. Like I said, I think we also have some Oscar coming on. Oscar Lacoyo. Did you say it?
Oh, the Kayo.
Lacoyo.
Yeah, we got Oscar. He's back there as well. I think he's probably connected audio-wise. Oscar, can you hear us?
Who's that?
Oscar, can you hear us?
He's going through rush hour right now.
No, I think that's he's got a hat on.
Yeah. I'm not sure, man.
Vinny Constantine.
Okay.
So
we do
it's
have
actually
Vinny.
Vinny Constantine.
Vinny, you there?
He's coming.
Oh, no way. So apparently he's driving from New York, huh?
Not right now.
Oh, I was going to say. It's a week early,
Oh, wow.
a couple weeks early.
All right. we can't hear Vinny. I don't think he can hear us, so we'll hold off on Vinny for a little while longer. But Lucas, let's go back to you for a minute.
Sure.
Your opponent this time around, you've got Alex Michelina. What do you know about this guy?
I really don't know too much about him. I've tried to find some video, couldn't find too much. I know the guy he lost to seemed like he has really good records, and he didn't. It's not like he lost in an early round or something like that. So, I'm going out there expecting to have a war. I'm not expecting to, trample over anyone. I'm just excited to. I'm not too worried about what he's going to do. I'm kind of just worried about improving myself. I am someone who likes to sort of, look at things from a very strategic standpoint. I know some people don't like to look at video. I like to look at video and, game plan a little bit, but I'm having a little bit of harder time with that just because there's a lack of anything to really research on the kids. So
no early predictions.
Oh, early predictions? Yeah. I mean, my prediction is I think it'll be over by the first or second round. That's what I think.
Okay. So you're willing to be patient and take your time, but at the same time, as soon as you see that opportunity, you're taking advantage quickly.
Oh, of course. That's
what it sounds like. All right. That's what we like to hear. And same question to you, Ariel. Your opponent here that night is going to be Matthew Cunningham, somebody we have seen before. What do you know about Matthew? I mean, had you seen him on our card in the past?
So I have not seen your card. But I put it myself. But
you're kind of chopping out.
Yeah, you're cutting out a little out, Ariel.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah. So, like I said, he's a little tall, he's a little long, but I've got experience, fighting taller guys. So, yeah, I mean, I haven't really done too much research. It's my debut. I'm just going in there. I wouldn't say I'm a slow starter, but I do like to, get a feel out, pick my shots, and not go too crazy too early.
Right. Okay. So a 3-round fight, you don't want to take quite too long.
Right, of course.
Yeah, but I get you. Always a feeling out round that makes the most sense, especially when you're just getting started.
Right.
So you're not obviously looking there just to throw your power at him and just say, look, I'm just going to be striking until this guy drops. I mean, you're actually looking there to figure him out and work it out.
Yeah. Like kind of like Lucas says, there's strategy to it. You got to be the smarter fighter. Not always the stronger, the faster fighter wins. But a lot of times the smarter fighter wins. So you just gotta kind of choose your battles while you're in the battle. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Yeah, exactly. So what kind of message would you give your opponent if he's watching right now?
Just come ready, man. Just come ready to throw down, because I'm looking for a fight. I'm looking for a scrap.
What's up? And same to you, Lucas. What's your message?
You better have good fight IQ because I'm gonna outsmart you and I will outwork you. So
nice, confident. I like the confidence for sure. And let's see if we can get Vinny in here now. Vinny, are you able to hear us? Vinny, no, we can't get Vinny still. No audio on Vinny, unfortunately.
So no, he's in Fast and Furious mode.
We'll try to get him
road.
back. We'll try to get him back a little later. But I think for this point, we're going to move on a little bit from the show and talk about some other things. Well, we can, while the guys are still on, we can talk about kind of filling out the card here while we still have them. So, some of the other fights that we know have been made. Let's pull this paper up right here. Here we have Corey Jacobs going to be returning again. He's fighting Chris Butler. It's going to be a kickboxing match to open up the night. Corey Jacobs, we talked about him last time out. He was in law school last time I talked to him. I'm not sure if he's a practicing attorney or what, but he's a fighting attorney, however you call it. And of course, we've got Giovanni Gomez fighting Vinny Costantino. And Vinny, we're trying to get on the show here right now, having a tough time. Featherweight at 145, those guys are going to be contesting at. And Lucas, we know your opponent is going to be Alex Michalina, fighting at lightweight at 155. Matthew Cunningham, of course. Errol is your opponent there, bantamweight at 135. Ronald Levine will be joining us and fighting against Robert Russell at lightweight, 155. And we've got another kickboxing match that was just added yesterday near Mary Figueroa versus Ludi Alves, strawweight at 155, or 115 rather. Oh, yeah, that's right. Oscar Lacayo has now been set up against Al Dergalo. Right. That was the confusion earlier with thinking Oscar was coming onto the show. So we've seen both those guys fight in the past, and we'll see how they match up.
Well, I got another question for Lucas. How do you feel Ronnie's training's going? You train with him, correct?
Man, he's a special fighter. I mean, I don't be hyperbolic about it, but he is like one of the best people I've come across in terms of amateurs. And I honestly don't want to say too much because last time his opponent, dropped out like an hour before the fight.
The guy was named Zeus, and he vanished.
Yeah, what the heck is that? I was not happy with that, but you know, because I felt bad because Ronnie brought a lot of fans out there too. You know, he brought a lot of his family out there, so I felt really bad about that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm telling you, you guys are gonna see something really special from this kid. Like I said, don't want to hype him up too much because of, you know, whatever. Don't want to scare his opponent or whatever. But I'm telling you, he's a hard worker and he has a special kind of talent and a special kind of mind for it too. You know, I have some really hard rounds with that kid. Like he's not an easy go by any measure. Anyone you talk to.
So I mean, he's lanky too, right? And I saw one of his training videos. This guy's doing some like crazy tricks today. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
I'm over here slacking. I gotta get back
Yeah.
to the gym.
But the best way I describe it is fighting style is unique, but it's dangerous. Unique but dangerous.
That's what's up. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
And Errol, tell us a little bit about your gym, you know, where you've been training and maybe who you've been training with. You know, anybody of note that we would know that you've been training with?
So my training situation right now isn't the best. I'm kind of like in between gyms. So right now I'm training at the UFC gym in Lauderhill, but I'm looking to leave really soon. I was actually thinking about joining the American Combat Club. I don't know if Lucas, that's where you're at. Yeah, I figured because you said Charles. So I'm definitely gonna have to come check you guys out. Other than that, I've been doing my strength and conditioning over at Daru Strong Performance in Boca.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I've been working with those guys, and they're getting me in shape. You know, putting in a lot of hard work there.
Yeah, it's a good place to do it. You know, a lot of people coming out of there much stronger and much more talented. Of course, you know, Phil knows what he's doing over there, and I got some friends. You know, Maureen Shea and Derek Santos are out there always with their fighters. If you've seen those guys, and they bring them in the strength and conditioning for the boxing side of things. And Kevin James has been hanging out there. You know, the actor.
Yeah, I actually met Kevin James when I was there the other day. Super nice dude, man, and that guy's incredible. You think not, but that guy can clear a head kick like nothing, dude. At his size, he can head kick. It was incredible to see him do that.
It's amazing to me. I've seen the transformance, you know, that his body's taken since he actually started over there. You know, he's been hanging out there for a few weeks now during this session, and I mean, he's dropped a lot of weight, put on a lot of muscle.
Yeah, no,
he's
he
spending a
looks
lot
good.
of time out there, from what I understand.
Yeah, he looks good. Yeah, he puts in a lot of work, man. He works hard. Don't let it fool you. I've seen him in there. He gets to it.
Right. Well, that's good. No, I'm glad at least you're getting the strength and conditioning, you know, over there. That should definitely, you know, play a part, I'm sure, in what you're going to be doing with this next Saturday.
Right.
And, hey, we're going to see how it all goes down, right?
I'm looking forward to it. It's coming up soon, right? A couple weeks.
Yep.
It's less than 2 weeks.
Man, 9 days.
9 days.
We're 9 days away. We're right there. So, again, guys, if you haven't bought your tickets yet, you got to purchase those things. They're going to go pretty quickly. I know we have a little more space because we have a bigger venue, but they're going to go just quick as they did last time around. So everybody needs to come out.
You can also watch previous fights, like Lucas's previous fight, on the app as well. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. What I'm going to do now, I'm actually just going to break for a commercial right now. We're going to actually show you a promo for that event coming up here next Saturday. And on the flip side, we'll come back and we'll rejoin you guys and then send you off. All right. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Awesome, dude.
All right, everyone, and we are back. Hopefully you got a chance to see that promo for our event next Saturday. Once again, download that app, RIZE FC. Jump on it, purchase those tickets. We still have in-person seating available for you. We got ringside seats. We've got VIP tables. We've got pretty much everything available right now. That won't stay for a few more days. So make sure you purchase those tickets now. If you cannot come out and watch the fight, you can use that app right there, RIZE X. That's what you want to check out and watch all these live fights, all the entertainment from the night. You can see these two guys right here, Lucas Rosa and Ariel Perez. These guys will be putting on a show for you. So come out or tune in. So going back to you guys again, you know, any last comments before we let you guys go? Ariel, I'll start with you. Anything you'd like to say before you head out?
Not really, man. Just for the audience, you guys come out. It's gonna be a great show. Bring your friends, have a good time, and just enjoy the show. It's gonna be a night of good fights.
Any shout outs you'd like to give to anyone?
Just shout out to the Daru Performance Center. Shout out to Solidified Beach Training. Shout out to Devin Mochi, my BJJ coach. That's the guy right there. And yeah, pretty much, shout out to my fam and everybody that's going to come out and support me. Appreciate all the love.
Good stuff. And Lucas, same with you. Any last comments you'd like to make before we let you go?
I'll just say when the time comes, I'll be ready. So I hope everyone's looking to tune in for that, because it's going to be something special. It's what I love to do, and I'm honored to be able to share it with everyone. But yeah, just some shout outs to, I'd like to shout out my family's charity, Chucky's Fight. We help knock out substance abuse up in New Hampshire and the New England area. Also, shout out, of course, to American Combat Gym. We'll have a headquarters in like 2 months or so, and we already have such an elite team right now. So definitely join if you're in the South Florida area. So, yeah.
All right, good stuff. Well, guys, we appreciate it. Thanks for joining us on the show tonight. We look forward to seeing you guys in 9 days. Just keep that training coming. We look forward to seeing a performance from both of you.
Perfect.
Awesome. Thank you, man.
All right. Have a
Appreciate
good night.
it, guys.
Stay safe, guys. All right. Take care. Couple of great guys, David.
Yeah.
Looking forward to seeing what they can bring to the table come next Saturday night.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be. Like I said, I'm excited for this new venue. I'm excited to see Lucas perform again. And we have a pretty stacked card. Starting to come up, so it's gonna be epic.
Yeah, it keeps changing. I mean, little by little. I made the comment earlier on that the women that are going to be fighting for us on the kickboxing tournament, Figueroa and Alves, that the fight was just set up yesterday, and Armando corrected me and said, no, today. It just got done today. I mean, things are going on.
It's not easy. Like I always say, I give credit to Armando because it's a stressful job just listening to him. I'm like, yeah. I wouldn't want to do it. So he's putting it together, and yeah, it's looking sharp.
It's very fluid at the moment. I mean, he was writing down the fight between Lacayo and Dergalo, so we didn't know who they were going to be fighting, but apparently they're fighting each other. So that was just happening as the show was on. So little by little, things are falling into place. It's all going to happen. We're looking forward to having 10, maybe even 12 fights by the time next Saturday rolls around. So it is going to be a pretty stacked card. We're going to do our best to make sure that it's one of the best cards you've seen. Again, brand new venue. We're more than happy to be able to go out someplace else and check out a new arena and a new group of fans. So it looks like we actually have our guest coming back in now. So I think Vinny Constantino finally has made it to the gym, and he's going to be able to speak with us. Let me see if we can get him back here. Vinny, you able to hear us?
I can hear you just fine now.
All right, perfect. There we go. All right, everybody. So we have joining us right now, we have Vinny Constantino. He's going to be fighting at featherweight, 145, next Saturday on our card here in Fort Lauderdale. So, Vinny, how you been?
I'm good. Training real hard.
Good. And so you were a bit of a late addition to the card. When did you first find out you're going to be fighting on the next Saturday's card?
I guess it got confirmed like a week ago. I've been getting ready for a minute. I've been talking to Armando for a minute, and then we kind of lost touch for a minute, and I just stayed getting ready, thinking that, just in case this was still going to happen. Then he hit me up, and we switched it from kickboxing to MMA, which is fine with me. And I stay ready. I'm ready. Like, I'm not trying to say too much right now, but I'm fucking hurt this motherfucker. I mean it.
I got you. You're breaking up a little here and there.
And I'm not going to stop.
Right. What I'm going to do is, David, if you want to finish some questions.
So where you're located right now in New York?
I'm in Albany, New York.
Man, so you're coming down to Florida to mean business, represent New York. You got to show up.
Yes, sir. I've been to Fort Lauderdale. My ex-girlfriend lives down there. I've flown into Fort Lauderdale before. I stayed in Boynton Beach for a couple of days.
That's what's up. So you're excited for the match?
I just want to fucking hurt him real bad. If I hurt him worse than anyone that's ever been hurt before, I'll be good with me.
That's
I've
what's up.
hurt some people bad, but it's hurt him even worse.
It's too sunny over there. You need like a black, like scary, area. I appreciate those words. I'm excited to see it. And so, anything you've been practicing in particular?
He's frozen in our screen right now. Maybe we're getting like a choppy connection.
Can hear you again.
Yeah, no, I got you. So, anything you've been practicing in particular? Something you're aiming for the highlight reel?
Yeah.
What would you say is your go-to? I mean, what style? Let's give him a couple
Those
seconds.
from mixed martial artists if you don't. And I mean, I don't know, man. I just whatever happens. I'll probably knock him out really fast if you want me to be honest with what I think is going to happen. But wherever it goes is wherever it goes.
So you have a lot of striking experience then?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Is it? I mean, we're talking like more, street fighting, or is it like formal boxing training, or?
No. I've got a lot of fights in traditional amateur USA style boxing.
Okay. When did you first start?
Like 10 years ago, 11 years ago, but it hasn't been steady though. I've had my trouble along the way, but I've got it all. I've got it together enough now to where, I mean, I've taken a long time to. I fought years when I first started, and that I wanted to really take some time and really just become a good boxer and a good wrestler and a good jiu-jitsu guy, each one individually, and then in kickboxing, and then just compete in those competitions individually, and then I'll just put it all together and just I just think you'll see the finest. I think that I'll be the finest person to come along that anyone has seen yet. I think I'll go to the UFC. I will. I plan on it, and I will go to the UFC and become a champion. Right. I'm just sharp in every aspect of it. I make sure I stay the way. And I'm.
Yeah. So you said you've been down here in Florida before, so you're familiar with the area then?
A little bit. I flew into Fort Lauderdale and I stayed in Boynton Beach for a few days and just enjoyed myself a little and then flew out.
You have any last minute messages for your opponent?
Not really. I'll see you soon.
It is what it is. What it is.
Yeah. All right, good stuff. Well, you already made a prediction. You told us you probably knocked this guy out here in the first round, right?
So I'm planning on.
All right. We're looking forward to seeing if that is what comes to fruition. So when are you coming down? What day do you plan on making the trip down to Florida?
Well, either Wednesday night or Thursday morning is when I'm going to leave. If I drive myself down by myself, it's hard to say. I just don't know. I think I'm going to be driving my car now because I really don't want to be Ubering like crazy when I get there. Because I'm going to have to Uber from either the train station or the airport, Uber to the weigh-in, Uber to the hotel, Uber back to the fight, Uber back to the hotel. It's going to be a lot of Ubering that I don't feel like doing. the flip side is and driving. I mean, I don't mind it. I just if I drive down by myself, I probably leave Wednesday night to give myself a little time. I don't know. We'll have to see what the exact hotel scenario is and see exactly when I can get there and all that. But either way, I'll be there. I'll do what I got to do, regardless of how I get there.
You want to give out any shout outs? Gyms, coaches, and stuff like that?
Yes. Yeah. Fucking Kirby 3-Style Wrestling Gym, Renzo, Gracie, and Latham. Kirby's in Troy, New York. Renzo's in Latham, New York. This is the Capital District of New York. Ken Pompey K1 here at JUCO MMA Gym in Scotia, New York. It's the same area. And then Hitters Boxing Club out of Albany, the premier professional boxing team out of Albany. You know, we are the best. We're coming for every title. You know what I'm saying? Like boxing, MMA. I'll be the first world champion in both of them. We got the finest fighters in our area. We're on ESPN, and we're just gonna do what we gotta do. And yeah, I'm pleased to be talking with you guys, and you know, one fight at a time. But I'm looking to do big things quick here, you know. So don't want to get ahead of myself, but all at the same time, I hope we're having much brighter conversations in the near future regarding what I've done and what I'm going to do.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we're looking forward to that. So, yeah, it was great talking with you, Vinny. I'm glad we kind of worked out the audio. We were able to get you on here and speak with you for a bit. Look forward to seeing you at the weigh-ins, you know, next Friday, and see what you could do for us on Saturday.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
All right. Good talking to you, Vinny. Have a safe trip down. We'll see you soon. All right. You too.
See you soon.
Right.
Thank you. Bye.
Take care. Thanks. All right. So we just heard from Vinny Constantino. He will be fighting Giovanni Gomez next Saturday night,
145. And before we head up to the last section of our show, we're going to hit you with another commercial. This is a preview of our app. So again, if you haven't seen it before, you're going to see it now. RIZE FC. Make sure you download it. Check out this promo.
Jason, the audio. Oh! Are excited and ready for the second bout of RIZE.
Hey everyone, we are back. Hopefully you got a quick look at our app preview. And again, RIZE FC. I haven't said that 15 times or anything during the show, David, right?
Go for 15 more. I'm with it.
But that's the only way you can purchase tickets to this event. So if you want to come out in person in Fort Lauderdale, you're going to have to go through the app to get that. Sorry, guys, that's the way we're doing it, all right? Also, if you want to watch the fight and you don't want to come out in person, the only way to view it, well, there's a few ways. Right. The easiest way is going to be to jump on that app and click on RIZE X. It's a brand new link that's right there on the app that we just populated here just recently. It's the first time you're going to be able to see the fights right through RIZE X. So you get the first fight, or maybe two, for free as a preview, and then we'll click right over to the pay-per-view part, which is right there through the app. If you're a member, you can pay the $4.95 a month, and you'll be able to watch everything we have, all the content each and every month, or you can simply pay and get a discount for paying for the whole year up front. Nice sizable discount, save you some money, and you can see everything we have in store for you this month or this year. We are looking to try to do events each and every month here for the rest of 2021. We're tweaking, we're working, we're trying to make it happen for you guys. We'll do what we can, and we'll bring you whatever content we can put together. So, David, we just heard from Vinny Constantino.
Yeah.
Right, he'll be fighting Giovanni Gomez. Obviously a little choppy with the audio. It was kind of hard to hear half of what he said. Maybe you heard half of what he said, and I heard half, I don't know. But
I heard a few things for sure. I feel like he's going to be on the next Goodfellas or something. Yeah,
I didn't say. I heard him say he was from New York, but I couldn't hear where he said in New York he was.
I don't recall. I must have missed that as well.
Okay, I couldn't hear that. I'm from New York myself, so I don't know where he said it from New York he was. But it looks like he's coming to bring some pain to Giovanni Gomez.
Yeah, it reminds me of like a New York version of Nate Diaz. I can see him yelling at the guy in the middle of the fight, kind of deal. So yeah, I'm excited to see
what Giovanni might have to say about that. But we'll talk to Giovanni in time.
Right.
Maybe we'll get him on the show next week.
Yeah.
If not, we'll definitely see him at the weigh-ins, and we'll talk to him about it then. So it's another fighter we haven't seen before that we'll be able to see a little bit of next Saturday, as well as Ariel Perez, who we hadn't seen before.
Right.
Nice speaking with him as well, and of course, always nice talking to Lucas Rosa. So as I said, as the show was going on, we had that Oscar Lacaya and Al Dergalo fight come together. And this is just shortly after we had the Figueroa and Alves kickboxing match come together, strawweight at 115. So little by little, sliding those fights in there, tweaking and turning, guys. Like I mentioned before, we'll make sure that we have a nice stacked card for you come next Saturday night. So you're going to want to tune in next week. We'll have a couple more guests on. You want to tune in next Friday for the weigh-ins, which most likely we'll do right here. And then next Saturday night, of course, is the event. So tune in as often as you can. Keep watching for the little pop-ups, every time it comes up, you see we're online, you see we're happening, just take a look, check it out. I mean, what fight out of what we discussed so far tonight kind of stands out to you, David?
I mean, I don't know, I like a few actually, like we said before, Lucas fight, I'm excited to see his striking improved, and like you mentioned, he just did a kickboxing match, and that's the key to, I think, MMA is just to stay active, even if it's not an MMA fight, to do a jiu-jitsu, do kickboxing. There's so many different skills you need to sharpen, so it's a never-ending battle, and there's always someone else that's working when you're not, so it's good to stay up on your game. Just talking to Vinny, just his attitude kind of reminds me of like a bigger King Zuby kind of deal,
Right.
The guy is just full of confidence, and like you said, he's been training a long time with these gyms that are there to take names, so I'm super excited to see that, Plus, all the usual people. Aldovero's really fun to watch, and he's a personality. Gomez, the gentleman Vinny's fighting, I think he won his last event with us. I believe he had a finish. So I want to see those two. I think didn't he have like the Mexican mouthpiece as well? I believe.
I'm not sure about that.
Yeah. I remember. I forgot.
Somebody had it.
Yeah. I do remind me of like a ground and pound, like Cain Velasquez, like a mini Cain Velasquez.
Okay.
So those two might be one of my favorite fights to watch, honestly. So yeah, definitely looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm happy to see the guys returning. The ones that have fought first before, especially the ones who have won and put on a pretty good performance. It's nice to see these guys repeat. Because I know the fans really enjoyed the last event. So be able to see those same guys come back, plus add some more content, add some more talent to the card. I mean, you can't go wrong.
I'm excited to be inside too. I like being outside, but at least what's going to happen with the weather. One time it was kind of way too cold. I wasn't expecting that.
Right.
And then this time it was nice, but I'm excited to have an inside event.
Yeah, I was going to mention the weather too. It seems like the last few days. I mean, my car is showing me it's 100 degrees yesterday as I'm driving. I'm sure that's not completely true. But the way the heat's pounding down on it, you sit inside a little greenhouse like that in the car, it's not comfortable. So, this time, I don't know what happened to the winter, spring, they're all over. We're into summer already.
We have winters in Florida?
I mean, it's no other season but this one, but it's already here and done. So summer's here. Now we're going to have to sweat it out.
Right.
So it is nice to be able to go inside, and I'm sure we're going to have every precaution necessary to make sure everybody stays safe while we're inside. It's a much bigger venue, so we'll have the opportunity to space out and do what we got to do.
I just want to know how, if I show up early, can I play laser tag,
Oh, yeah. Of course, yeah.
I'm with the event. Please let me get 50% off some laser tag.
Yeah, Extreme Action Park. If you
Yeah.
haven't been out there before, there's a lot of little fun things to do out there.
Right.
They have an indoor go-kart track, although I think they've had that kind of on hiatus with the whole thing going on with COVID, but it's there. They do have laser tag, as you said. They've got an obstacle course you can climb around. I want to see you do that. I told you that last time.
I'm going to try.
Especially little kitty one. See if you can just fit in the cage.
Those are the best ones for me. It's like my size. I can handle it.
Yeah, so it's essentially like a Chuck E. Cheese on steroids.
Right.
I guess the best way to explain it. But it's a fun place if you haven't been out there before. And it's, the north end of Fort Lauderdale. So really, if you're coming from Palm Beach County, it's not a very far drive.
You come from anyone in Broward, obviously you're right there in Broward, and even from North Miami, it's a pretty short drive. If you want to make the trip from South Miami, we're not going to fault you for that. I mean, feel free to jump in the car and take that ride.
We got a guy driving down from New York, you know? I mean,
he's making it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know, if I'm not eating, I'm getting in there and probably pounding somebody too.
I want to see this guy hungry and angry. I'm sure it's intense.
Right. So, you know, what we're going to do real quick, because we're gonna jump off of our show for a bit. We're going to go and talk a little bit about, you know, other stuff that we always talk about to end our show.
Right.
But before we do that, I know we have one more commercial break that we were thinking we're going to try to load up here. I'm just going to get the nod that it's going to happen, and then we will set that up right now. So, one of our sponsors now, What's Up, not WhatsApp, but What's Up, and you guys are going to see that promo commercial break coming to you right now. We'll be right back with you guys. All right, and we are back once again. So, what's up? I mean, you guys saw the commercial. I didn't see it on my end. Hopefully, you guys know what the heck it's talking about. But not to be confused with WhatsApp, but it's What's Up, and one of our sponsors now. So, David, that was the content of our fight card coming up. You know, a lot more we'll talk about next week on the next show, but let's jump into UFC again, like we always do.
Oh man, this last event with UFC that Dominic Reyes got knocked out by Jiri. I forgot his last name, but this guy's insane. I don't know if anyone missed the fight. It's actually on YouTube because it was a free event. One of the nastiest knockouts I've seen in a long time. And I like Dominic Reyes. Dominic Reyes, he only has 2 losses, one to Jan Blachowicz and the other one to John Jones. And he went against this guy, and I think it was the 3rd round. He was getting beat up pretty good, even though he was exchanging pretty well, and his chin was showing up. But this guy, Jiri, he keeps his hands down when he fights. He has like a samurai ponytail, big ponytail. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's just throwing all his weapons at him. He knocked Dominic Reyes with a spinning elbow, and just elbow connected and unconscious. So, yeah, it was really, really intense. I'm looking forward to the Bellator fights coming up May 7th. Unfortunately, Yoel Romero is no longer on the card, but he was supposed to go against Rumble Johnson, who I've met numerous times, and you know, real cool. I've seen him actually fight live a few times. Yeah. Really good guy. Scary too. Knocks out, super knockout artist, and he was with the UFC for a while and retired and finally came back. So yeah, I can't wait to see that. Also, one of my other favorite fighters, Michael Venom Page, is going to be fighting on the card, and that guy's pure entertainment, doing the gestures and his plan for after the fight, and you know, he dances around like Michael Jackson, you know, spinning. I swear, spinning dances as he fights. He just is a big showman. So I'm super looking forward to that card coming up.
Well, that sounds good. I mean, another big card coming up, and you know, in the world of boxing, you got to jump to boxing. You know, we got the whole Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather fight. It's finally, you know, it's finally cooking. It's going to be right down here in South Florida.
June 5th?
June 6th. Yeah, it's going to be on a Sunday. So, and the reason they said they did that is because they got a lot of pay-per-view events coming up on the 5th, potentially maybe a UFC card, I'm not sure. And that's why they didn't want to have to rival that. So they're doing their own thing. It happens to be on a Sunday night. It's going to be right down here at the Hard Rock Stadium where the Miami Dolphins play, right here in Miami, which was predicted on the last show, what I had mentioned the day before it actually came through. I figured if Canelo did it, you know, these guys are probably going to want to do the same thing. It worked out real well for Canelo. They're able to space everybody out real well. I know they can have a few more people in attendance this time around than they did last time around. Governor doesn't seem to really care who goes where. So, you know, fill a stadium, he doesn't care, as long as he's getting paid. And beyond that, that's going to be a pretty good venue. And they're starting to stack that card up pretty well, because obviously that fight isn't really a boxing match as much as it's like a, you know, clown show. But the rest of the fights that are on the card will probably be really good. We're looking forward to seeing actual boxers fighting actual boxers. And Floyd Mayweather will just wipe the floor with Logan Paul, if I haven't mentioned that before. Logan Paul's got a puncher's chance. I know you're probably going to bet on.
I might. Let's see the odds. You know, it's definitely not straight up, but if it's sweet enough, you never know. I think there's what's the pound weight difference between these guys?
I don't know
how do they commission that? If it's so much over some kind of, like this guy Logan He's 6'2", right?
Yeah, he's like 6'2" and like 220.
Yeah, Mayweather's what, 5'6"?
He's 5'8".
5'7", maybe.
Probably walks around at about 170 on a good day.
Max.
Yeah. So I don't know what where they're gonna match a catch weight. They're really not gonna have one, but that's why it's an exhibition match. It doesn't matter. You know, you can have anything.
Right.
It's like Butterbean fighting Popeye. I don't know, man. So it could be anybody it wants to be. But they're gonna have their own rules, their own set of things. But being Floyd Mayweather, having part of the promotion, it's going to be more favored to whatever he wants.
Right.
It's going to be the gloves he chooses. It's going to be the ring size he chooses. It's probably going to be a lot of hugging on Logan Paul's part, because I would imagine the ring's not going to be all that large. So Logan Paul's going to have to hold. Hopefully doesn't get disqualified. We actually see a fight. But it'll be interesting to see it, if nothing else, because you kind of just wonder, what would happen? A big guy like that fighting a smaller guy like that? Yeah. What would happen? Right. And when you see the whole David and Goliath thing happen, and David beats Goliath, then you kind of wonder, what's kind of what happens, I guess. But you're going to see, a true spectacle of what a real boxer can do and capabilities.
Are you going to watch it?
I'll probably watch it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to see if I actually may go out there and see it.
No way.
So I'll take a look.
Let me know how much tickets go.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
If it's under like $500, I got about $250. I consider spending, but anything over 500 is definitely a little too much.
Well, I went to the Canelo fight out there. I didn't have to pay anything for that one, so.
Well, yeah, get me in, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, last one was match room. This isn't match room, but we'll see. We'll see if I can't sneak my way in that one.
Nice.
But speaking about boxing, so this Saturday, just 2 nights away now, Canelo Alvarez, who I just mentioned a minute ago, is going to be fighting. He's going to be trying to unify belts in the super middleweight division. He has 2 right now. He's got the WBC and the WBA. So he's got half of the super middleweight championship. He's going to be fighting 30-0 undefeated Billy Joe Saunders, a 2-division champion, undefeated, who's holding the WBO super middleweight championship. And look, this is going to be a good fight. People, for some reason, think he's going to blow right past Billy Joe Saunders. It's not going to be so simple. Saunders got a height advantage, a reach advantage, most likely to walk in with a weight advantage. It's going to be interesting to see how this one matches up, because he's not going to walk right through him. I think those body shots from Canelo aren't going to be as effective on Billy Joe, and I think Billy Joe's shots are going to land quite a little bit more than Canelo's used to being hit. And you got to understand, I had this in front of me too, because with Billy Joe Saunders, some of the guys he's fought, if you guys have not seen his resume, he's beaten guys like Gary O'Sullivan, Chris Eubank Jr., Andy Lee, Willie Monroe Jr., David Lemieux, and Martin Murray. All these guys were either champions or contenders at one point. Now, the interesting thing about all those guys, though, he never knocked any of them out, never stopped any of them. He's gone to a decision each and every time. So the likelihood that Billy Joe Saunders is going to actually stop Canelo Alvarez is very, very unlikely. So I would bet against that one, David, if you're going to bet on that fight.
Taking mental notes.
Yeah, it could definitely go the other way, where Canelo could certainly stop Billy Joe Saunders, but I think it's going to go into the late rounds, if not the full distance in that fight. And just, it's going to come down to skill set. And now Canelo's already looking ahead, and he's already talking about what he would do should he win this fight and unify those belts. He's talking about a potential trilogy fight with Triple G, that rubber match. Well, called a rubber match. Technically, I think Triple G won the first 2.
Right, I think so too. I saw those.
Yeah, but they called one a draw, they called one a win for Canelo, and they've never matched up and had that 3rd fight. This time around, they may actually do it, but Canelo says if it happens, it's going to happen at 168, which is logical. Because if Canelo happens to be holding 3 belts at that time, and he's got to get past Billy Joe Saunders first, why would you fight in either weight class? I mean, he's got 3 belts defended. Right. And Triple G has commonly said that he would easily fight at 168 because it's hard for him to make the weight at 160. Why not? So we'd love to see that. That'd be a big payday for Triple G. Maybe the last big one of his career if he cannot stop and get past Canelo. Man, the man will fight him at heavyweight if he has to. For that kind of money, for those belts on the line, take it. So that's the world of boxing. As far as NFL is concerned, we had the draft that just came through.
We did,
right?
Yeah.
So your Dolphins picked up a couple of good guys.
Yeah, I guess we're rolling with Tua, and we got a wide receiver, some offensive linemen. It's looking good.
Yeah, but I know that they picked up an edge from UM, and a lot of people are kind of up in arms that thought it was a bad decision. What was your thought on that?
It's always a bad decision until it works out. So you honestly really never know. And the Dolphins aren't notorious for. I mean, we passed up on, what was it, Drew Brees and a few other all-stars. So I don't know. No, I'm not an expert. I just play one on TV, you know.
That's right. But no, but you know, it was nice to see that the Dolphins actually had some good picks. I was happy to see that. I was at the stadium, as you know.
Yes, you and G were out there.
Yeah,
right?
G was there. We didn't sit together. He was somewhere. I was somewhere. That place was kind of chaotic there that night. But you know, we did go out there and watch that draft live, and it was interesting to see what the fans had to say about it. That's why I said some people were up in arms about it, because I heard from some of the real solid fans of the Dolphins afterward come out of the stadium and complain about some of the picks that were made that night. But a lot of teams got a lot of great picks. A lot of really decent players that are ready to go from day one have come out. Jacksonville Jaguars, have picked up both a quarterback and a running back who are a great tandem already at college at Clemson, and to have those two guys who are already familiar with one another, that can read each other real well, that's from day one. They're ready to go.
I think Robinson's still on there. Is it Rosen Robinson, the running back, their main running back from last year? Whatever Jacksonville's main running back last year was a talent, so I don't know if he's still on their team. I'm sure he's going to be the starting one. So yeah.
Well, it's a different breed, because with Etienne, which is the guy that got picked up from Clemson, he's a bigger-bodied guy.
Yeah.
He's not made for speed,
Right.
But I look at it from being as big as he is, as strong as he is, and the same thing with Trevor Lawrence being as big as he is. You're talking about third and short each and every time. It's just a matter of one of them holding the ball and just falling forward.
Right.
I mean, so that's that one piece that they're not going to have to worry about this season at all, barring any injuries, of course. But they can get that from day one, to have that. You're going back to days of Roethlisberger and Jerome Bettis, if you remember that early in Roethlisberger's career. So that's all you need to do. One of those guys held the ball and you just fell forward and you got a first down automatic on a third and short. That's all you got to do. Just don't lose yardage.
I'm proud that Tampa Bay is part of the Florida team, I mean, I'm not saying I'm a Tampa Bay fan, but it might be my second favorite team, especially after the Tom Brady's, partying on the boat, definitely won me over.
Yeah. And, Tampa Bay picked up a quarterback.
I saw that, yeah.
They got a guy right there that's waiting in the wings right now behind Tom Brady. When it's time.
Wes Welker retired, and I saw hints of him going to Tampa Bay too. So that should be interesting.
You never really know. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm psyched that a lot of the Gators got picked up in the draft, including Kyle Pitts got picked up.
Edelman, I apologize, not Wes Welker. That's how old I am.
Yeah.
I'm showing my age. Yeah. Edelman, of course.
But but Kyle Pitts getting picked up number 4 overall by Atlanta. They got a great tight end right there in that position. So I'm happy for them. Giants picked up a great receiver from the Gators as well. So a lot of talent went pretty much everywhere. And interestingly enough, a lot of these guys didn't play last year. Not a handful of these guys didn't play last year,
of course,
because they opted out because of COVID. So you haven't seen what they could do.
Right.
There's not a lot of footage on these guys, but they impressed the heck out of these guys on when they were scouted out.
And that's the X factor too. A lot of pros didn't play either. It's like I know 15 players from the Patriots didn't play. A lot of defensive players chose to opt out as well. And so yeah, it's going to be a whole different season. It's going to be a whole different NFL. So I'm expecting some high level.
Right. Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. But that's the world of football right now. So we'll see how that kind of shakes up. And of course, Aaron Rodgers. We don't know what's going to happen with Aaron Rodgers, guys. If you hadn't heard about that, Rodgers kind of wants out of Green Bay. They're not sure if they can fix that situation or if he's going to, move on from there. But, any team would be happy to have Aaron Rodgers there, kind of showing a new quarterback the ropes.
You can they could take Tua and the new wide receiver and next year's first-round pick, and we'll take Aaron Rodgers.
Well, get a look from G and a head shake from that one. I don't think you like that.
I know.
But anyway, that's the world of football. That's the world of sports. That's UFC. That's boxing. Of course, that's RIZE's fight card coming up next Saturday. So, again, guys, make sure you jump on that app if you haven't already done so. Buy your tickets. We hope to see you guys out there next Saturday night. If not, tune in. Again, if you can't watch it through the app, which you can, but if you don't, we also have it on Roku. It's on Fire Stick. It's on Apple TV. There's several other ways that you can watch that, other than just the app. So sit there and just watch it right there on your TV at home, if you can't make it. But again, I would encourage you to try to come out to the event. We've more centrally located it so everybody in South Florida has an opportunity to get out there without too much trouble. So until next week, we'll have some more guests, of course. Until then, this is David Shore. I'm Mike Feinberg on behalf of Gerardo Ramos and Armando Gonzalez. We are on the Rise. Have a great night, everyone. Stay safe. See you soon.